Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Week 8 edition of the World of Football's weekly NFL picks. I am your host, Adam Snow, and with me, as always, and it has been for the previous 7 weeks, the founder of the World of Football, Randy Snow, and the black sheep of the family who can't keep the dirty words out of his mouth, Aaron Snow. How are you doing?
Trying to do better picks this week.
I was hoping you were going to say you weren't going to try to swear this week, but you both could get better at picking. Not good weeks last week.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's look at the not the overall standings, but the Week 7 standings last week. Not a great week for everybody, as I was at the top with Leonard with 7 and 6 records last week. We were the only two that were above 500. Liz was just a game below that at 6 and 7. And then we had 4 people with 5 and 8 records from the YouTube comments. And then our quote-unquote experts that are hosts of this show at 4 and 9. Gentlemen, wow. How do you feel?
It was bad. It was a bad week.
I was going to say, you do a lot of head shaking whenever I don't agree with your picks. And you got to stop, because I clearly did better than you last week.
We'll see. I'm just spotting you a couple of games as we get into the last half of the year. So
that's what's happening. Well, let's save it, because we're going to look at the overall standings next, because in the lead percentage-wise is Leonard at 64.44%, but Liz still has the most picks correct out of everybody with 66. You can see she's in second place, followed by Hawkeye07, Mike Dolph, B. Lewis, and then there's myself, Cringe, and then rounding out the bottom, Aaron, and then Dad. Can we do better, guys? Can we improve?
Everyone loves a comeback story.
That's true. And without further ado, let's just get into this week's pick, guys. And we're going to start with the Thursday night game, as per usual, over on Amazon Prime. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. Both these teams with tough losses last week. Randy, you get to start this one off.
I'm going with the Bills at home. Tampa Bay will probably win this game. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore, but I'm going to go with the Bills.
I agree with you. Us bottom dwellers got to stick together. Go Bills.
All right.
Wow. Well, I hate to be the odd man out, but I'm actually going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to steal one on the road. I don't know really why. I just think Tampa's got a great defense, and who knows with this Bill team, what version of them is going to show up. All right. Then we're going to move on. The 1 o'clock slate of games. The Houston Texans will take on the Carolina Panthers in a showdown of two top picks in last year's draft, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. Texans at Panthers. Aaron, take it away.
I'm going with the upset. Go Panthers.
Ooh,
Houston's
Panthers.
A good team, but I don't know. Feeling an upset this week.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to take the Houston Texans. I think C.J. Stroud has been the stronger rookie quarterback this year. I mean, unfortunately, Anthony Richardson of the Colts is out with an injury, so it's these two, and I like Stroud. I like what I'm seeing out of the kid.
I agree with you, Adam. I think Stroud is the better of the rookie quarterbacks, so I'm going with the Texans as well as in this one.
All right. And our next matchup in between two very marketable teams, as the Los Angeles Rams travel down to Dallas to play the Cowboys here. This should be a tough one. I think the Rams got robbed last week, and I think the Cowboys aren't as good as they'd like us to think they are. So I'm going to take the Rams to upset the Cowboys in Dallas.
I'd love that to be the case, but I'm going with Dallas in this game just because they did look pretty good last week, and I think they're going to continue to look okay. As much as I don't like Dallas, I'm picking them in this game.
Who they look good against? They looked good against the hapless Chargers, so I don't put stock in that.
I'm going to take the Cowboys too. I don't like that we picked differently 3 straight times in a row, Adam, but something's got to change. You know, that's the only way I can get back in this race. So, Cowboys.
Okay. All right, the next game, the NFC North division battle, is the Minnesota Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers. Dad, can either of these teams lose the same game? I mean, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
I wish. No, I'm going with Minnesota in this game. I don't have any faith in the Packers, and Minnesota, they've got a lot of confidence after that win last night. So I say Minnesota on the road this week.
Oh, man, I probably hate myself for this one, but I'm picking the Packers. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll be 0 for 4 on these 4 picks, but I don't know. I feel like the Packers at home, division games are always a toss-up, especially for this bleeping NFC North second of the lines.
Very true. I was thinking Packers almost because I think the Vikings, after that big win, the fallout, right? Stumble out on the next game out. But I am going to stick with the Vikings. I think they put up a decent performance. I think it's going to be a one-score game. All the Vikings games have been one score. So, Aaron, you got a coin flip here probably anyway. But I'm going to take Kirk Cousins and those feisty Vikings. All right, the New Orleans Saints take on the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. Aaron, you live down in Indiana. Who's going to take this one?
Taking the Colts. I thought the Saints would bounce back on Thursday night at home. And if they can't win in that type of environment for their own fans, I don't trust them much else. So Minshew showed some promise against the Browns. Had to remember who they played. But Colts at home.
Well, I hate to do it, but I'm taking the Saints. I think they're pretty mad. They probably should have gotten at least back into that Jags game on Thursday night. They got a little extra rest playing that game. That defense is still all right, so I hope Derek Carr can bounce back and the Saints get the win. Indoors, too, so...
I am taking the Saints also in this game, with the Colts starting quarterback having season-ending surgery. I don't know. I'm just picking the Saints in this one.
Okay. And then in an AFC East matchup, the New England Patriots will take on the Miami Dolphins, who will be rocking their classic throwback uniforms. Very excited to see those.
Nice.
I mean, here's the thing. The division games have always been the ones that are super unpredictable, right? So, I mean, Miami would seem the obvious choice. They just had a tough loss Sunday night against the Eagles. Give me the Patriots to snag a division win down in Florida.
Yeah, when I looked at these two, all I could see was upset. So I'm taking New England also in this game to upset Miami in Miami.
No, Miami. Miami over the Patriots.
Oh, man. Okay, how about this one? A Battle of New York, which is actually going to take place in New Jersey, as the New York Jets will take on the New York Giants. Randy, who do you got in this one?
I wrote down Jets, so I'm sticking with Jets in this one.
My first option was to go with the Giants because they've played well 3 straight games, but then I remembered the Jets came off a bye week. They still have a pretty good defense. So I think Zach Wilson benefits from the extra week of preparation and the Jets win. Do we agree?
Took the words right out of my mouth, and that's why the Giants are going to give the Jets the win. So, Jets with the victory.
You didn't have me fooled. You're not as good as that at me as me.
I'm definitely not as good as you, but that's 7 games in, and we finally have our first sweep. That's got to be a new record. All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Didn't you say Giants?
No, I said the Jets.
You fooled Dad.
I fooled Dad.
You fooled me.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Clearly,
I fell for it.
Scribble it out. All right. Not surprised.
Jets. Got it.
Uh-huh. Way to finally catch up there. I didn't know the delay was that bad. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars will travel to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Aaron, is this the second sweep?
If you end up picking the Jags, then yes, because I thought the Steelers played pretty good last week, but I think the Jags are a team that can travel and win on the road. I'm not super impressed with Pittsburgh so far this year, but the Jags have been pretty consistent.
Yeah, they travel, 2 games in London. They've been on a hot streak. What is it, 4 straight games they've won now? I think they make it 5. Yeah, I like this Jags team. I like them a lot.
Okay, well, I wrote down Steelers, and that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm calling for an upset there.
All right.
I'm dumbfounded. I actually thought, man, of all the no-brainers on this list this week, Randy continues to show with his 4-9 record last week. Maybe he doesn't have the brains. Sorry, Dad. Hopefully that doesn't reflect my Christmas present later this year. All right.
What Christmas
the
present?
Next game. Exactly. All right. The Atlanta Falcons traveled to Tennessee to play the Houston Oilers this week, as the Tennessee Titans will be donning those classic Houston Oilers uniforms, and give me the Titans to win in those Houston Oilers uniforms, looking so sharp doing it.
I'm going to take Atlanta in this game. Don't ask me why. I wrote down Atlanta.
Why?
Don't ask me. And you wonder why you're not getting anything for Christmas.
Yeah.
This one's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, but I'm more inclined to agree with you that the Titans will pull it out. Falcons are a pretty solid team, but I don't know. I feel like the Titans are better than their record shows. They're not great. They're average. And I feel like the Falcons are average too. So home advantage, Titans. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
All right. Well, do any of us know what we're doing? The Philadelphia Eagles will travel to Washington to play the Commanders. Randy, is this the second sweep?
I'm going with Philly in this game. Commanders just don't have it. I think Philly's upset over their last loss. So, yeah, Philly.
Yeah, I think Philly's going to keep rolling. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, but give me the Eagles. I just, until the Commanders can prove otherwise, they are right now marching to the bottom of my NFL league power rankings. I guess they're just, with Eric Bieniemy, they just, I don't know what it is. They just don't have it right now. So yeah, taking the Birds. All right, and then the 4:00 slate gets kicked off with the Cleveland Browns traveling out to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Now this should be an interesting game. Aaron, you take it off with that one.
Browns got a really, really good defense, but I think Seattle wins this one at home. I trust Seattle's offense more than Cleveland's offense, and that Seattle defense is still pretty solid. So Seattle at home.
Yeah, normally I would pick the home Seattle Seahawks, but I've been kind of growing on Myles Garrett and that Cleveland Browns defense. I know you need more than just defense to win games, but the way they've been playing, they're keeping whoever's at quarterback for the Browns in those games. So give me the feisty Browns to get a tough road win in Seattle.
I agree with Adam. I'm going with the Browns in that game to pull a bit of an upset.
You're just trying to get out of the bottom spot. That's why you keep picking different than me.
Well, you're right there with me.
Who, him
as
or
of
me?
last week.
Yeah. Hey, look, I promise you, I'm not just doing this to be the opposite of you. This is kind of what my gut's telling me, and I trust my picks. 16-0 this week, or however many games there are.
Yeah, there's 16 this week.
All right, the
full slate of games.
Okay, yeah, full slate. All right, the next game, the Baltimore Ravens will travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals. This is a battle of the birds, and I'm not just saying this because they whooped on our Lions last week, but the Baltimore Ravens have made their way into the conversation as the best team in the league. They got a great, as long as Lamar is Lamar. That defense is legit. Lamar is scary. I think they finally found that great balance of him running and him throwing. I don't know if they'll embarrass the Cardinals as bad as they did Detroit, but I think it'll be a pretty lopsided game.
I am also picking the Ravens in this game. They looked awfully tough yesterday, day before. So yeah, give me the Ravens.
Uh-oh. I don't like the smile that Aaron's got.
I am going to take the Cardinals to get a loss in a close game. Justin Tucker kicks a game-winning field goal. Ravens.
All right. Then the Kansas City Chiefs travel to Denver to play the Broncos. Randy, start this one off.
Kansas City.
Chiefs next.
All right, yep, Chiefs. I mean, what can we say? The power of the Swifties compels them. Travis Kelce's playing out of his mind.
Mahomes is undefeated against the Broncos. I don't think it's going to stop this week. So.
Yeah. I don't see that happening either. All right, then we quickly move on to the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Aaron, who do you got? This one's actually a tough one.
This is a toss-up game, and I've kind of wanted to wished I was last out of the three of us so I can pick which side I want to be on, but I don't see the Niners losing 3 straight games. The fraudy Niners, I think they bounce back.
Okay, well, after those last 2 performances by the Niners, which are, again, come down to the last drive, one play, bad interception the last one. They missed a field goal the game before. So they're in every game. They're going to be in this one. But the Bengals are coming off of a bye, correct? Give me a healthy Joe Burrow to go into San Francisco and knock down the 49ers. Yep, they're going to drop 3 straight.
Oh, it's my turn?
The moment we're all waiting for. What does he decide?
49ers.
Okay, didn't take him. Okay. All right. Then your Sunday night game, for some reason, is the Chicago Bears traveling to L.A. to play the Chargers. The big question in this one is going to be how many times are they going to show that Chargers super fan in the stands? At least 100, right? Or is she going to be on the... Wait, no, the Manning cast is Monday night. Otherwise, I say she'd be on that. But I'm going to take the Chargers to win at home. I think it'll be a bit of a shootout, actually, the way the Bears have been kind of playing lately, even with a backup quarterback. So, Chargers.
I am also going with the Chargers at home. I have no faith in the Bears.
Make it a sweep. Make it a sweep.
Chargers sweep. All right, and the final game of the weekend, the game that the 3 of us will be in attendance for. The Las Vegas Raiders coming to Detroit at Ford Field on Monday Night Football to play our beloved Detroit Lions. And Randy, how fitting, you got the Lions shirt on, you get the first pick.
I think Detroit is going to learn from that butt kicking they got in Baltimore, and they're going to come out and take it out on the Raiders. Give me Detroit to win.
We can only hope. Go Lions. End that week strong.
Yep. 3 for 3. We're all going Lions again, but this week, I see Aaron, you're not wearing a Lions shirt. I'm not wearing a Lions shirt. Dad was brave enough to wear it again.
That's all I own is Lions shirts.
Yeah, and of course the Lions during that game will be rocking the brand new alternate helmet. I still can't bring myself to take it out of the box yet, but I am very excited to see this helmet in action. Not so much the gray uniforms, but this helmet looks sharp. I'm loving it. But all right, guys, that is our picks this week. Randy, how did we do? How many sweeps? How many did we all pick the same?
6 games. So we all agreed on.
6 games. All right. And no teams on bye this week. Wait, how many?
6.
We agreed on 6. Wow. I didn't even think it was that many.
Yeah, the Jets, Philadelphia, the Ravens, Kansas City, the Chargers, and Detroit.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. And guys, that was it for this week's picks. Any thoughts, guys, before we send this on home?
Nope.
All right, then, Dan, say the words.
If you haven't done so already, please take a moment and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification on our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, where the address on all 3 of those is TWOF Kalamazoo. We have a weekly audio podcast called This Week in the World of Football, which is posted on Tuesdays and is available on all major podcast platforms as well as Amazon Music, so you can simply ask your Alexa devices to play the World of Football podcast. You can also find the full audio version of our podcast on YouTube. So please spread the word, give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and please come be a part of the football conversation.
Okay, Randy, I appreciate that. And I guess that's it for this week's shows, guys. Remember, leave your picks down in the comments below before kickoff on the Thursday night game. We appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun with you guys down in the comments section below. Check out some other stuff we got on the YouTube channel, guys. Plenty of stuff there. And until next week, happy picking.